Okay. That was all I needed to hear. You know, in that part, in the part in human nature where Mike say, well, I ain't gonna try to repeat it because my voice is all scruffy. Hey, happy Saturday, y'all. So I remember last year around this time, y'all remember that me and my boys had to stay in a hotel for a while till I was able to get my family home, and a place for me to rest and for me to eat and love and laugh and play. Okay. And then it's also a love nest too. Because these satin sheets, I feel loved. Oh my God. Every time I lay down it with the, because I actually got the sheets and then I got a satin duvet and it works. Hey Greg, how are you? Hello, Zena. Hello, Simon Sims. I can tell you that last year was rough. Like around this time last year, it wasn't rough because but there was certain things that was missing from my life, obviously, because I had to go through all of these changes and fix my credit because somebody had stole my identity. It was horrible. It wouldn't have near about took me 5 months. It probably would have just took me a month. Um, I noticed that people lie and manipulate sometimes, and they try to use their platforms to do that. And I noticed that it was a backwoods witch that was speaking about celibacy. And I wasn't gonna sit there and watch that because I'm not interested. And she knows who I'm talking about. But here's what I want to say. First of all, you don't know what a priestess does because you're not one. What the hell? How would you know? That sounds so stupid what she's saying. And it ain't nothing but lies and manipulation. And we are going to banish all your lies and manipulation. Anything you put out there to try to manipulate and do all that stuff to people, not just to me, but to everybody, encouraging people to fight and hate each other and encouraging people to misunderstand each other and just totally using your platform to lie because you feel some type of way about your mind, body, and spirit. So that's very, very debatable. Even if it were true, it would be none of your business. Why does this woman care about what people do in the bedroom? It seemed like to me, if you care that much about what people do in their bedroom with other grown people, you got demons on you, period. That's a lie, first of all. Second of all, as a high priestess, I can tell you that high priestesses actually have a need for a lot of sex. So that's a lie. The reason why these women are hemmed up, got health problems, mental problems, and all of the things that they have is because they have closed themselves off and have allowed demons to take over them, in my humble opinion. Um, First of all, there's nothing unhealthy about having sex. There's nothing that having sex can do to mess up your priesthood. Like you must be thinking about Catholicism or Christianity, which they don't do that in Christianity. They don't do that in most things, and people get it confused when you say priest or priestess. They think that you're talking about a priest that has taken a vow of celibacy. Okay, and that's just not the case. Even for all priests are not celibate. That is their personal relationship with God, which has nothing to do with anybody else. It's not your business. I mean, that's the bottom line. I'd say that the best thing for you to do is quit gossiping and being all up in folk business. That's bad for the priesthood because you ain't gonna have nothing but a bunch of problems. If a person has a healthy sexual appetite, and they're not sleeping around, like maybe these people, because all these people talk about is pimping. Whenever you hear this person talk about sex or men, it's usually a woman being raped or pimped. So maybe that's the reason why this person decided to say that, because if you've had a healthy sex life, you should be able to enjoy sex. And if you have a healthy marriage, you should be able to enjoy sex. If you are doing effective magic to protect yourself and your home, and you know how to clear yourself, you should definitely be having an appetite for sex. Period. And there are some people that hate life. They do. When you get to that point, if you got bad spirits on you so bad that you don't even want to make love to your husband, you don't need to be a priestess. That doesn't make you, you know what? I'd say that if you're doing the obvious, which is sleeping around with a bunch of people, but to be in love with your man forever, you know what? It irritates me when you see these couples that don't have a healthy desire for each other. They don't. They don't have a healthy desire for each other. And, they are frustrated, sexually frustrated, because obviously their sacral chakra is blocked, which means that you're having intimacy issues. That's what that means. It means that you are having intimacy issues. Stop projecting your intimacy issues on other people. They either, and they're at one end of an extreme. One of them has way too much sex, and the other one is saying, see, that's why you have to listen to self. You can't listen to people like that. That is absolutely the most ridiculous thing I had ever heard of. And you know what? As long as you don't project that crap over here to me, that's all I care about. I tell you what's not healthy. What's not healthy is when a woman has a normal desire for a man, and the response from the crazy negative Nancy's and peanut gallery is that you don't actually want that man, but that you're looking at your kids. Now tell me that ain't twisted. That's twisted. And it's like, what? Like what? Because people are sick. First of all, um, you can tell that some of these people are possessed by demons, and it ain't got nothing to do with sex or sex itself. The reason why you think of sex as bad is because you yourself makes it bad. Either you don't enjoy it. I know for a fact that the person that stated this was married and was having sexual fantasies about another older woman, and is so unhealthy in her intimacy that she stated that she astral traveled with a big penis to this woman and raped a woman in her sleep. I'll never forget that. Yeah, you. If you want me to call you out by name, I will. Just come on and holler in the chat, and we can have a debate. I can go live from my computer and drop my link. So celibacy has been effective. It's been so effective. And obviously, your soul or your spirit is screaming out for some kind of release, that you are fantasizing. First of all, you're a woman and you're thinking that you have a penis. You went and traveled. So it's not healthy to make love and to kiss and to hold your man and to love your man. But it is normal for you to say that you're astral traveling with a big hairy penis to go and rape Alexis K. Tyler in her sleep. Right, right. And you know what you're talking about. You're so effective. This is what is effective for you. And on what level? On what level? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that sounds like you are dealing with sexual trauma that you need to get over. Anytime you sitting up there, you done closed off actual normal sex in nature between a man and a woman. You've closed that off and said, this is much healthier for me to fantasize about having a penis, and you're a woman, you're going to fantasize about having a penis in the astral so that you can go and rape somebody. That's your that's what we doing? No, that's not what we doing over here. None of that. First of all, witches and high priestesses throughout history, we have had husbands, normal lives. In fact, a lot of the witches, that are not demons, they have a very loving and healthy relationship with their men. Thank you, goddess. See, that's healthy. See that was confirmation from the gods that I'm 1000% right. I appreciate that. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Yay. Hey, I'm gonna be contacting you about that reading as soon as I get off of here. Yeah, you know what? It is nature. Anti-ADOS guy is so correct. Um, it's messing up the balance. A lot of the people that are healthy in their mind and understand sex, um, they are not promoting that. But we're not promoting promiscuity either. Okay, so it depends on how healthy you are. For me, I'm the type of woman that, I will be with one person and mate with him for life. You're not going to catch me online at the age of 50 or 60 fantasizing about another woman. Because having sex with women is celibacy. If you're having you're celibate. You're not having sex the way that nature intended it, which is how most people prefer it. In fact, it's not just the preference just because we're trying to be normal or fit in with society. It's just because it's within our nature. For example, if you have a really tight connection, in fact, it makes your magic stronger. You have a really tight connection with your partner, or either your twin flame or your soulmate or your husband or your boyfriend, whoever it is that you're making love with. I mean, you can go to a lot of heights with sex. I mean, I know that for me, sex takes me into another place. It takes me, into a whole other frequency and rhythm, before, during, and after. Okay. And sometimes it can feel like a stairway to heaven, but not in a bad way, in a very good way. Okay. So, that's not healthy. And no, I will not be a 50 something year old celibate woman. It's not going to happen. And, old people have sex too. So it's a little confusing as to why somebody would think that or say that. Technically, if you're really in love and you're married, that's why I don't understand why these people get married and they probably shouldn't have. That don't make sense to me. You married the wrong person. If you marry your husband and y'all together for years and then he loses interest in you, that means that probably you married the wrong person. Your husband, love does not die. They don't lose it for you just because you get a couple of gray hairs. They don't lose it. Your man ain't going to stop wanting you all of a sudden just because you're getting older, because he's getting older. And what's abnormal is for an older person to start looking at little kids for sexual gratification because you're a child in the mind. You don't know anything about life or love for real. Okay. Your relationship is a farce. It's a fallacy. If I would have gotten married to the right person years ago, we would still be in love. I totally don't understand these people. And the reason why is because the love that we envision is the love that we manifest. So it all comes from the thought process and the mind and maybe even the experiences. But when you are able to come into your own, you learn how to throw all of those traumatizing experiences. You don't necessarily throw them away, but you learn to transmute those energies. So having a healthy sex life is actually the best thing. I know that sometimes I get so sexually frustrated. Last year, I couldn't be sexually frustrated last year during this time because I was at that hotel. But trust me, if I would have been in my house, I would not have been celibate for 5 or 6, or I think I was celibate for like 7 months. Would not have been celibate for that long. And it's sick and it sucks that you have these fake people trying to push that agenda on us. And to be honest with you, for the past 24 hours, I have been feeling my left ovary. It's ready. I just got off of my cycle. I have been feeling my left ovary. It's like a little pinch because you can tell that I'm going into my fertile time. After your period, you are fertile. I know that my fertile window is probably a week. Okay. Um yeah, you're right, Kelly. And that's sad. That's called survival marriage. That's not the love and romance that most people are actually looking for. You don't have to do that to survive. You don't have to just go and marry somebody because you feel that they can, put a roof over your head. That's sad when that's what and that is your concept of love. That's sad to me. Yeah, Greg, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey Mo Lewis. Yeah. For real, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm talking about professional spiritual help. Professional spiritual help is what they need as well, because something is not adding up. And see, as you can see, these types of women and men, all they do is go around harassing people all day. That's what's in their spirit. Your spirit doesn't function properly. You have completely taken your energy away from yourself and you have applied it to being nosy and evil and to meddle into other people's lives, and that's ridiculous. And if we gonna be talking about the age of Aquarius and the revolution, you better do it right. Now everybody got their own personal choice. in life. Everybody does. And you know what? I think it's some people it's that's the devil lying to you. The devil is telling you not to make love to your twin flame or your wife. That is the devil. Okay. Exactly. It's not good. It's not good, Kelly Gold. It's not good at all. Um, in fact, it causes fibroid tumors, menopause, uh, it causes a lot of different health problems. High blood pressure. Sex is the cure for high blood pressure. But see, these people, a lot of them are under medical witchcraft and they take blood pressure medicine to regulate their heart instead of having sex. If you had healthy sex with your partner, but see, again, their foundation is messed up because they did not marry that man or that woman because they loved them. They married that person for convenience and to impress other people. It's a showcase marriage. It's not a real marriage. Real married couples don't go around the internet telling people to be celibate unless you got somebody that needs to be celibate, somebody that's having a lot of different sex with, cats, dogs, animals, people, kids, babies. If a person is doing that, yeah, that person definitely needs to be celibate, but they ain't no priestess and they ain't no child of God. The whole point is to be rebirthed through the spirit. And these people haven't done it. And I can tell you that it's scary as hell. It can be scary. When I first experienced it, it was like a damn near death experience. These people are taking medications to avoid spirit. Yes, it does. Well, Kelly, you know that they're trying to emulate the people in Hollywood too. They're trying to emulate that. And it's like, and so they go from one extreme to another because they don't really have their own sexual identity. They don't really know themselves. But like I was saying, my left ovary, there's been a pinch in it for the past, like, I want to say, and you can tell that it's because I'm about to, like you can tell that that ovary is gearing up to ovulate. And it doesn't hurt. It's like a tingling. It's like a tingle, okay? It's like a tingle that's letting me know. And so I'm wondering if these demons are encouraging people to not make love to the love of their lives. Then what are they doing? Are you trying to take advantage sexually? So I'm going to ask spirit today, since, because I told you guys that if when those people were telling you to be celibate, a lot of the times they were telling you that so that they could rape you or take advantage of you with demons. So there may be a need for us to protect our sacral chakras. I know mine is protected. In fact, where my jar is? Let me go ahead and fire up. Uh because that's ridiculous and it sounds like it's judgment. First of all, I'd say that as a high priestess, I am very effective because I pay my bills and I pay a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And see, people get upset when they can't feed off of your energy. They get upset. That was a desperate plea to feed off of folks' energy. And you know what? Whatever demon that is, we can say that that's possibly a biblical demon, but it's not the end of the world. And people really honestly don't care about that. That's weak. That's called the demon of trauma that is going to keep you in chains and is keeping your family in chains too. And I can't stand that. I have watched women lose their mind, lose their hair, lose their health, running around here trying to be celibate. These women go crazy. They're attacking children. They are attacking their own children, their own children's sexuality. I can tell y'all this though. I was fully prepared for this war. Right, and it wasn't right before I came to Georgia, but I never forget that lady. I swear, I think I went to go see myself. And I tried to call that lady and she'll never pick up her phone. This lady over in Kansas City. She gets mixed reviews, but here I am probably more than 15 years later, and I'm giving her a 5-star review today. She's a little short lady too. Looked like she was, I couldn't tell. She could have been black, but she looked mixed with like either Italian and black, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? And I went to go see that lady when I was at a point where I was being attacked for having a man. So I was being attacked for having a man and children. And the demon had manifested itself through my own family members. So I had nowhere to go. I walked into this lady's place. Well, I wasn't walking, I was driving. And I had always wanted to stop in to see her, and I decided to do it. And she knew exactly what was going on. The only thing is that she told me, she said, a woman in the South is going to try to destroy the man that you love. I said, well, we don't live in the South. She said, no, all this going to go down in the South. This is, man, my right hand is to God that I'm telling y'all the truth right now. May God strike me down. And I told this story years ago because it reminds me of that lady that told me that. And she said, she mentioned sex. She said, they're going to try to take away your love, your sex. And I was like, oh God. And at the time, I wasn't even having sex. I was kind of celibate at that time because me and the father of my child had broke up, you know. And then I had had a brief affair right after that, but it didn't last. You know what I'm saying? It is no point in fighting no spiritual war if you can't have the pleasure of life. That's what we're fighting for. I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's what we're fighting for. We're not fighting to be celibate. We're fighting to be celibate. What? That sounds like an ex-rape victim or something, like you traumatized from rape or something. Totally traumatized. Can't heal yourself from it. When them men are away at war, the only thing that keeps them home or keeps them or keeps them going, the only reason why they even fight in the wars that we have, y'all, they gonna start a civil war. They gon' hey, if we got one side that's thinking that way and the other side that's thinking the way I'm thinking, it's about to be a civil war. Because the only reason why those men even fight is for their families. That's, at least that's what they're told. They're fighting for their woman, their wives. They want to go home. They want to go home when they done out there shooting and killing and doing all that crazy stuff. But see, my aunt, that makes me think about my auntie. Um, my son's father. The reason why I even know my son's father is because um, our families know each other. And his uncle's dead now. He died. He passed away. But and so did my aunt. But they were both in love, and I believe they are together now, personally. Because my aunt was in love with his uncle, in love with him. He went away to war, came back drunk and all messed up, and she didn't want him no more after that. You know what I'm saying? He was too different. He had lost his mind. He probably needed some help. But back then, it was, it wasn't necessarily being focused or concentrated on, really. And that's why veterans are running around here in need of help right now. All of them, a lot of them, unless they lucky enough to have a woman that knows how to heal them. Hey, Ella. Who is Sylvia Plath? Tell us about her, Kelly. It is a war. And you know what? But what are we fighting for? That's what, like, you're telling us that we shouldn't fight for, like, that don't make no sense. But instead, this person attacks children. So we know where her mind is at. And you know what's crazy is that that person has people that listen to that crap too. And I rebuke you, lady. In fact, I think I made a doll of you. You need some help and you need to be binded and you need to quit projecting that bull crap onto my man, at least. Disgusting. Yeah, I'm talking about the celibacy thing and the fact that this older witch that fantasizes about having a penis and raping light-skinned YouTube celebrities. I'm talking about her. I'm talking about that crap she put up. Because I'm not subbed, but I do go and I watch her and see what the hell she doing. You can tell what she over there doing. And I tell you straight up, I ain't the type of person that gotta beat around the bush because she ain't never been no match for me. Okay, she tried it. She tried it back when I was kind of I was a teenage witch, but now I done got a lot like my grandmother. My grandmother, she would just sit there and say whatever the hell came to her. My grandma was like that. She was straight the hell up, straight up. She was an Aquarius and she was blunt. She was very, very blunt about how she felt about certain stuff. Okay, so Gypsy Witch says Sylvia Plath was a female poet who killed herself because her husband had an affair and left her for dead. That's sad. That's sad that she did that. Because, and you know what it sounds like to me? I don't even have to throw the cards on her. I feel like somebody cursed her and her husband's marriage. If they were in love and then her husband left her and she killed herself, that meant that she had let them demons get to her. And, obviously she was going through a rough time and she needed to try to get herself through it. She was codependent, whoever she was. I'll look her up when I'm done with this and I might uh, do a reading on her. But I can tell you that it was spiritual possession is what it was. Yeah, it was a curse. And most people have no idea when that's just like this lady, she cursed. She don't even know it. And she's cursed to even be talking like that, to even be, and like I said, nobody should have control over your sexual energy. Okay. Yeah, well, that's probably because of people like her. Everybody, I mean, really, to be honest with you, the spirits, they calmed down a long time ago. Spirits have calmed down a long time ago with the whole war thing, you know what I'm saying? And so, when people should be peaceful, these people keep that crap going. They keep it going. And if that's all you think about is something evil, first of all, I'm one of those witches to where I'm not always thinking about something evil that I can do to somebody. That's not me even half of the time. So keep in mind, this is YouTube and these are influencers. I don't let people on YouTube influence me to that capacity. Yeah, it's Latoya. I saw you on my other channel. I agree. And you know what? Part of it comes from nosy people that are still unfulfilled 5 years later. Trust me, I've had lots of, you know what? To me, I feel like it was worth it. It's all worth it to me. I ain't the type of person that folds. I fight for what's mine. So, you know what I'm saying? And what is the point here? Some people, I guess they would say, what is the point in living? But nobody's going to come to that conclusion, that quickly to kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, he left me for dead. Sis, you got to pick yourself up and you got to fight with that demon. I'm not going to let a demon take my man. You know, oh, Latoya Martin, I wouldn't sue. You know why? Because I'm healed. That's why I don't feel the need to sue. And then you see, I make decent money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, it was worth it. All the fighting and all of that stuff was worth it because it led me to the love of my life, regardless to the lies and the rumors and the bullshit. And I just, and you got people that be trying to get initiated in that stuff. Yeah, people that are confused. And then you got these older women that married the wrong man. And instead of them loving their husband, I mean, no matter what, whatever, if you get married to your husband at a young age, which is in your 40s, 30s, you can get married at 30s, in your 30s and 40s. But no matter how old you get, you're gonna be able to see that person behind all of that. And let's face it, these people that get older and turn into damn toads is because they're not taking care of themselves. You talking about the Hecate's realm, Greg? Yeah, definitely. Holding on to trauma from the past, trying to trigger people to live within that trauma. It's absolutely disgusting. Girl, I would, and you know what? I'm gonna laugh at it when I see it. I can't wait to look at the playback. So, my whole thing about it is this: stop projecting your crap onto other people. No one cares. Those people, right, right. When you look at your marriage with your man and see, I'm glad that liquid. Let me go see if that person is telling the truth real quick, and I'm gonna tell you. Let me break that down for you. I'm gonna break that down for you if what that person is saying was the truth. Because there's no love over there, and that person probably loved on 10 people this week, okay, besides coming online harassing people. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go and see. Because I'll stop this show and go over there and do what I gotta do, honey. I gotta go. I gotta go, y'all. I'll be back with this discussion a little bit later. And thank you to the person that ordered the reading. I'm gonna follow up with you. Give me about 10 minutes and I'll send you my booking link. Okay. I gotta go over here and see this. It's all fake and fraud. But let's go over here and see this and be mildly entertained for a couple of minutes. I'll see y'all later. Peace and love. Hit that thumbs up, you guys. Yeah, victims of bad marriages, Greg. Victims of bad marriages and bad behavior. Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Peace.